Hi, my name is Carlos, the founder of Rank Unlimited Media, and I wanted to shoot this quick little video today to answer one of the kind of most important questions that people have. A lot of business owners come to me asking, Carlos, I have this guy that wants to charge me an X amount of dollars per month for SEO, whereas I have another guy that's sending me a proposal with a price for the same keywords, for the same area, that is 10 or 20 times cheaper. Carlos, which expert should I pick, and why should I pick the cheaper option, or should I pick the more premium option? And to kind of cover this topic in depth, I've kind of had this kind of funny illustration to kind of make a distinction and a few comparisons that kind of compares premium SEO and cheap SEO. So let's get right into it. Now, the number one factor that will really determine how much investment it will take for you a month to rank for your set amount of keywords will really boil down to this. The investment you will require to achieve number one organic positions on Google will be directly proportionate to how many resources your website will need to outrank your number one competitor. And what I mean by this is simply this. Let's take one quick example. Let's take, for instance, a more competitive area, the city of Chicago, and let's pick a niche such as roofing. Well, if we examine the number one guy that's currently dominating the area of Chicago for roofing, we can see that in total he has 103 unique referring domains that are currently pointing and powering up his website. Meaning, think about referring domains as unique votes from relevant sites. And so if this guy has 103 referring domains or unique links that give all the power to his website, if you have a brand new site that has been just registered 2 or 3 months ago and you have, let's say, 3 referring domains, remember that every single link is a huge resource you will build for your site. Things such as backlinks, referring domains, citations, Web 2.0 properties, press releases, guest posts, they all require investment. And this will be the kind of main determining factor that your SEO specialist you want to hire will use to determine how much your SEO campaign will cost you every single month. So keep in mind that this will be the number one factor that will determine the month-to-month investment that you will require to invest in your site, because keep in mind that the total sum amount of money you pay your SEO specialist every single month, he is absolutely forced, or he must, to invest some specific percentage of that investment that you give him back to your website to once again acquire the resources to outrank your number one competitor. Now, for areas that are smaller, perhaps your SEO expert might be right in saying that he needs to charge you $500 or $200 or $700 for search engine optimization, because that area that you want to rank in is simply has way lower competition and way less competitors that have huge amounts of resources or huge amounts of referring domains. Now, for me to explain how most SEO agencies will charge you for your SEO campaign, what I've done here is I've put together a small Excel spreadsheet to illustrate everything in a simple and neat fashion. So the very first thing that an SEO company will do when they kind of are generating a proposal for you is they will examine your competitors and figure out how powerful they are and how many resources they have. And of course, they will also take a look at your website to kind of compare. Now, what they will also do is figure out and kind of do in-depth keyword research, and they will figure out exactly what is the potential of SEO for your site in the area that you want to would Now, for this specific instance, I've chosen the area of Greenville, South Carolina, and I've picked out some of the keywords that would be valuable to rank a moving company for. So here are all the keywords, here are their search volumes, and this is the amount of traffic you will secure if you rank in the Google Maps listings and in the organic listings. So what I mean by that is this. These are the organic listings and these are the Maps listings. And if you rank number one in both of them, it's very realistic to say that you will get 40% of all the traffic. Now, what most SEO agencies do is they calculate how much on average you will pay to advertise for all of these keywords using Google Ads. And the average cost per click in this instance is $18.31. Now, what they will do is this. They will kind of consider the worst case scenario that might be possible for you. And the worst case scenario is this. If you rank for all of these keywords, you secure 40% of the traffic. Of course, 40% of 580 search volume, that equals over 232 new monthly visitors to your website that type in these keywords. Now, in terms of conversion rate, 5% of 232 clicks or visits, that equals over 11 new moving jobs in addition to what you have right now every single month, if you're a moving company, of course. Now, to secure the same amount of traffic or clicks that you will get with SEO for free once you rank, in order to secure the same amount of traffic with Google Ads, you would have to pay $4,247 every single month. Why? Because we know that the average cost per click is over $18. Well, $18.31 times 232 clicks, that equals $4,247 every single month. Now, of course, they will also lay out all the benefits of SEO, and they will also tell you that on average it will take from 6 to 12 months to rank. Free advertising, you won't pay for every single click, view, or impression or contact form fill out once you get ranked. That's long-term ROI. You will get 30% more traffic compared to paid ads if they manage to rank you in the 3-pack and in the organic listings. And of course, the ads run 24/7, 365. It increases business value. They will tell you all of these benefits. Now, the amount they will charge you is usually 50 or 30% of what you would pay with Google Ads. So in this instance, they would charge you, so let's say worst case scenario, they charge you 50%. So 50% of 4,247, that equals over $2,000 every single month that will be required to invest into your SEO to rank for all of the keywords, all of the example keywords I've picked out here. So this is the kind of how the majority of SEO agencies will charge you. Now, from my 4 years of experience, I've developed this method that will really that really makes the most sense from the perspective of the business owner, which of course, the amount of investment you will pay us will equal the amount of investment it will take to acquire the same amount of resources and more your number one competitor has that dominates the number one organic position on Google. Our aim is to rank you number one in the 3-pack and in the organic listings. Now, kind of the final reason that will mostly determine the total amount of monthly investment your SEO specialist will charge you, it depends from simply how much he decides to charge for his experience. Now, I've kind of picked out this kind of funny example of a doctor. So if you want to go to a doctor to have heart surgery, you obviously want a true expert that will get the job done successfully. You want a doctor who has been through thousands of surgeries and has completed most of them with a very, very high success rate. You don't necessarily want an amateur that has practiced to be a doctor on the weekends or is still studying to be a doctor. Now, that student might become an awesome doctor sometime in the future, but right now, when it comes to working on your site, every single step you take with SEO, there's a certain amount of risk involved, and this is why the example of a doctor fits so well. You want an expert that will work on your site that has a lot of case studies, has ranked websites, has a lot of customer testimonials, and a few references to show you. Now, you don't necessarily want to hire a beginner SEO specialist, because if he undercharges you, but the price to deliver a quality service and get you the results is way higher than that, he will not be able to deliver the results you expect if the area is competitive. Now, if you want to rank in a small city for a small set amount of keywords, cheap SEO or kind of a way less significant investment into your SEO campaign might be needed. But once again, if you watch my video on the most important questions you need to ask your SEO expert to qualify him, you will know how to differentiate an SEO expert from an amateur. So remember, the most common sense solution that your SEO specialist will use to determine the overall amount of investment you will take every single month to rank for the keywords that you want to rank for will mostly revolve around the investment you will require to gather the same amount of resources your number one competitor has that's currently dominating your area. Now, investing in your website is also very similar to building a house. You don't necessarily want to build a house for $500 because, of course, it takes a significant amount of investment to gather all the resources and materials that are required to build the house. And this is why you need to find someone who is truly experienced, who has ranked a few websites, who has case studies, and most importantly, client references to give you. This has been Carlos. Now you know exactly how an SEO agency or a specialist should determine the legitimate pricing for you. And when it comes to choosing premium or cheap SEO, now you know exactly what goes into developing the pricing structure for your SEO campaign. Thank you.